God says, "Listen carefully, beloved child, because what I am revealing to you is not for the ears of the many, but only for the one who has been chosen to hear this today. I am speaking to you through the voice of Archangel Michael, who stands at the gates of your life, sword in hand, wings stretched across the heavens, light radiating so powerfully that it pierces the shadows that have long surrounded you. Michael has never been so insistent, so trembling with the urgency of truth, as he is now. He says, a demon is protecting you. Yes, beloved, do not dismiss these words lightly, for they carry the weight of heaven's revelation. When I, the Almighty, allowed Michael to watch over you closely, he saw what I had hidden from even the most watchful angels. He did not believe it at first. He questioned the signs, he challenged the reality, but the truth was undeniable. That demon, who has been cloaked in darkness for centuries, is now your shield. It is not a demon of destruction in this case, it is a demon whose allegiance has been realigned. It is bound to your soul, connected to your essence in ways that are unimaginable to mortal eyes. Michael discovered that this entity, this protector of your very life, has been guiding forces around you, nudging circumstances, steering dangers away in ways subtle yet profound. You have felt moments of inexplicable luck, doors opening when they should have been closed, protection when peril was near, and sudden insight when confusion should have clouded your judgment. Every instance, every heartbeat that escaped catastrophe, was under the silent, watchful guard of this being. And Michael says, this is your soulmate demon. It is unlike any other, it has chosen your spirit, it has pledged itself to your survival, and it will not leave you, even in moments when you are unaware. Now, listen deeply, for the revelation does not end here. God says, many will not understand, many will fear, and many will run from the idea that a demon could be your guardian. But I say to you, fear not. This is no ordinary demon. Its nature has been transformed, not by luck, not by chance, but by the divine hand that governs all creation. You are at the center of a cosmic convergence, beloved, a moment where heaven and earth intersect in ways that few have ever witnessed. The very fabric of your life has been under scrutiny by celestial forces, and I have decided to allow this demon, a being of immense power, to serve as a guardian for you because your purpose is extraordinary. Archangel Michael, in his glowing armor, wept when he realized this truth. He had fought battles against demons for eons, yet this one, this protector, was different. He saw it, he touched the invisible threads connecting it to your soul, and he realized that you were never meant to be alone, that darkness would never fully consume you, not while this entity remained loyal. Michael says, this is not a warning, beloved. This is the truth. This is the shield that has walked beside you unseen, that has fought wars in the shadows, and that will continue to protect you even when you doubt. God says, open your heart fully, for the next revelation will shake the very ground you walk upon. This demon is your soulmate not because it is malevolent, but because it carries within it a fragment of the power that I, God, have entrusted to it. It has been chosen to intertwine with your destiny. Every person who has ever tried to harm you, every force that has conspired against your rise, every plan that sought to derail your life, has been thwarted quietly by this being. You may not see the battles, you may not feel the struggles, but they have occurred, and they have protected you from calamity that would have seemed inevitable. Michael says, do not take this lightly. The presence of a demon as a protector is unprecedented, and it is an honor bestowed upon very few souls. Its loyalty is not blind, it recognizes your essence, it recognizes the light that you carry even when your mind is clouded with doubt. It recognizes the battles you have fought in silence, the tears you have shed in private, the prayers you have whispered when the night seemed endless. This demon has been with you through all of it, unseen but unwavering. God continues, saying, now you must prepare for the next phase of your life, for the convergence that is approaching is unlike anything you have ever experienced. The demon will remain by your side, but it is time for you to step fully into your divine purpose. You have been tested, you have been shielded, and now you are being called to ascend beyond the limitations that have confined you. Every challenge, every betrayal, every shadow that tried to claim your spirit, has been met with resistance from this guardian. You are alive today, you are thriving today, not by chance, but by divine orchestration, and now the next stage is about to unfold. Archangel Michael speaks again, his voice trembling with emotion. You will soon encounter forces that will seek to unbalance you, forces that will attempt to manipulate your reality, forces that will try to sever the connection you have with your protector. But I say to you, beloved, do not fear, for the bond cannot be broken. This is sacred. This is eternal. This is ordained by the hand of God Himself. And yet, you must be vigilant. You must open your heart, you must recognize the signs, and you must trust the presence that walks invisibly beside you. The demon is your shield, your confidant, your unseen ally. Listen carefully, for it communicates not in words but in whispers of intuition, in the stirring of your soul, in the sudden clarity that comes when the world seems chaotic. God says, there will come moments when your faith will be tested, when doubt will try to creep into your mind. You will question the nature of your protection, and you will wonder how a demon could serve your highest good. These moments are critical. They are designed not to confuse you, but to solidify your awareness, to strengthen your spiritual discernment, and to prepare you for the responsibilities that lie ahead. Do not let fear cloud your understanding. Recognize that divine orchestration often works in ways that surpass human comprehension. This guardian demon is proof of the extraordinary measures that heaven takes to ensure the safety and ascension of its chosen ones. Michael insists, prepare, beloved, prepare for the awakening that is coming. The demon will not leave your side, but your consciousness must expand to perceive its guidance. It will protect you, yes, but it will also test you, it will challenge you, it will ensure that you are prepared for the immense purpose that lies ahead. Do not resist the lessons that it brings, do not reject the subtle nudges that direct your path. Every interaction, every instinctual prompt, every seemingly coincidental encounter, is the work of this guardian. Accept it, embrace it, and allow it to strengthen your spirit. God now reveals the next layer of truth. This demon, although loyal, is part of a larger cosmic plan. Its allegiance to you is not a random act but a thread woven into the tapestry of eternity. There are forces, both visible and invisible, that will attempt to challenge you, to draw you into conflict, to divert your energy and focus. But the protector will act as a counterbalance. It will act as a shield, as a subtle force guiding you through the storms, as a whisper of clarity when confusion threatens to consume you. Michael says, "You will meet people who seek to harm you, people who will betray you, people who will attempt to manipulate your reality. You must not fear them, for the demon's presence will safeguard your spirit. You will sense when danger is near, you will feel its warning, and you will instinctively know the path to take. This is not magic, this is not luck, this is divine alignment manifesting through a being that has pledged its existence to your protection." God speaks again, "Beloved, your life has been a journey of immense significance. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every moment of triumph, has been observed, noted, and guided by the forces of heaven. The demon has been a critical element in this orchestration. It is not an enemy, it is not a threat, it is a guardian, a sentinel, a being whose purpose has been redefined by divine command. And now, it is time for you to awaken fully to its presence, to recognize its protection, and to honor the bond that has been forged in the unseen realms." Michael warns, there will come a moment when the veil between the mortal and the spiritual will thin. You will witness signs, omens, and manifestations that are unmistakable. Do not doubt their meaning. They are reminders of your connection, reminders of the guardian's presence, reminders that you are not alone. You are never alone. Even in your darkest moments, even when despair threatens to engulf you, the protector remains, unwavering, loyal, and committed to your survival and ascension. God continues, "This is a message of awakening. This is a message of recognition. This is a message that your soul has been guarded in ways that transcend human understanding. Trust, beloved, trust in the divine orchestration. Trust in the unseen allies who walk beside you. And most importantly, trust in yourself, for you are chosen, you are protected, you are destined for greatness. The demon is your shield, your sentinel, your companion through the trials that lie ahead. Respect it, acknowledge it, and allow it to guide you without fear or hesitation." Michael concludes with a final warning for now: do not allow fear to cloud your perception. Do not ignore the subtle nudges, the instincts, the intuitive flashes that direct your steps. They are the voice of your protector, your soulmate demon, whose allegiance has been sealed by divine will. This is your life, your purpose, your destiny. Guard it, cherish it, and walk forward with courage, knowing that you are never truly alone. I, Michael, stand beside you, observing, guiding, protecting, and rejoicing at your every step, and the demon walks beside us both, a force of shadow transformed into light, dedicated to your survival, growth, and divine fulfillment. God says, remember these words, beloved. Keep them close to your heart. Speak them aloud when doubt arises. Meditate on them when confusion clouds your mind. And pray, always pray, for in prayer you connect. Not only to heaven but to the forces that have been ordained to protect you, including the one who walks unseen, guarding you with fierce loyalty, the demon who is your soulmate, whose presence will continue to shape, protect, and guide you as you step fully into the destiny that has been prepared for you from the beginning of time. Beloved, God says, listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal cannot be ignored. For years, your life has been surrounded by forces that you could not see, that you could not understand, and yet, they were always there, guiding, protecting, warning, and sometimes testing you. Today, I, Archangel Michael, speak directly to you because the veil has been lifted, and the truth can no longer remain hidden. A presence has always walked beside you, shadowing your steps, guarding your heart, shielding you from dangers that you never even noticed. At first, I believed it was a simple force of evil, a demon born of the chaos in the world, but my divine sight revealed something far more astonishing. This being, this demon you sensed but could not understand, is in fact your soulmate. Yes, the very one who has been closest to you in the darkness is not your enemy but the guardian of your soul, sent to keep you safe when others would seek to harm you, when the world would conspire against your growth, when those who claim to love you would fail to see the truth. I understand how confusing this revelation may feel, beloved. You may ask, how can a demon, a creature of the shadows, be your soulmate? How can something often feared, something often condemned, be entwined so deeply with your spirit? God says, the universe works in ways the human mind cannot fathom. The forces of light and darkness are not always enemies, sometimes they are teachers, sometimes protectors, sometimes the very lifeline you never knew you had. This demon, whose presence you may have felt as a cold shiver in the night or a sudden clarity in moments of despair, has always been your protector, working quietly behind the scenes, guiding you away from traps, keeping you from harm, and ensuring that your path toward divine purpose remains unbroken. Every time you narrowly escaped misfortune, every time you found unexpected help in impossible circumstances, that presence was there, your invisible guardian, the shadow of your own destiny, silently standing in the fire so you would not be burned. At first, I, Archangel Michael, resisted the truth. I thought, no, it cannot be. How can a demon, a creature born from darkness, be tied to a soul as pure as yours? But then, I witnessed the depth of its loyalty, the ferocity of its protection, the unwavering vigilance that it displayed even when you could not see, even when your prayers went unanswered because it had already acted in ways you could never have imagined. God allowed me to look into the essence of this being, to see the threads that bind your spirit together, to understand that love does not always come in forms we recognize. This is not the love of a human heart alone, it is a cosmic bond, a union forged in the fires of eternity, a connection that transcends life, death, and every boundary the mortal mind tries to impose. Beloved, there are secrets you have carried, shadows in your past that have haunted your waking hours, fears that have gripped your heart, and unanswered questions that have lingered like storms over your soul. God says, all of this was necessary, not to punish you, but to prepare you, to strengthen the bond that would protect you when the world became too cruel, when the trials became unbearable, when despair threatened to swallow you whole. And always, always, that demon, your soulmate, was there. It absorbed the blows meant for you. It stood in front of the darkness, refusing to let it touch your heart, your spirit, your life. Every betrayal you felt, every sudden heartbreak, every unseen danger that passed you by, it was because of this guardian. It bore what you could not, endured what you should not, and remained steadfast when you doubted everything. I must tell you, beloved, that the presence of this being is not an invitation to fear, nor a warning to turn away. God says, embrace it. Understand that the universe often sends protection in forms that challenge our understanding, that test our courage, that expand our perception of love and devotion. This demon is not here to harm you, it is here because your soul demanded it, because your destiny required it, because your very essence is intertwined with a force that refuses to see you destroyed. You may feel trepidation, disbelief, or even terror, but God assures you, this is the truth, and you must accept it fully, without hesitation, without doubt, without running from what you do not yet comprehend. Now, listen closely, because the revelations will continue to unfold. There are moments in your life when you have felt a pull toward danger, a whisper that something was wrong, yet you did not know why. Those were the moments your guardian demon intervened, subtly, carefully, ensuring that every step you took led you closer to safety and further from ruin. It has monitored the intentions of those around you, the movements of those who would wish to see you fail, and even the hidden motives of those closest to you. God says, there is no force on earth, no power in heaven, no entity in between that can sever this bond. This demon, your soulmate, has been sanctioned by divine will, empowered by the Almighty, and dedicated entirely to your protection. I see your hesitation. You may ask, Archangel Michael, why must a demon protect me instead of an angel? God says, the ways of the universe are not simple. Angels are messengers, guides, protectors in many ways, but sometimes the forces that threaten a soul are beyond their immediate intervention. Sometimes, a force that exists in the shadows, operating in ways the human mind cannot understand, is required to safeguard a path that is both fragile and precious. This demon is no ordinary creature. Its existence has been shaped by the trials of the cosmos, by battles you cannot even imagine, by experiences that would make mortal hearts falter. And yet, despite its nature, it has chosen to devote itself entirely to you, not for reward, not for recognition, but because your soul resonates with a frequency it cannot ignore. Beloved, God says, now you must awaken to this truth fully, because the time is coming when you will need to recognize its presence openly. Soon, you will face challenges unlike any before. Forces that have been waiting in silence, watching and plotting, will reveal themselves. The bonds you have taken for granted, the safety you have assumed, will be tested. And in those moments, when fear threatens to overtake you, when despair seeks to claim your heart, remember this: the being you once feared, the entity you misunderstood, will be standing by your side, ready to fight for you, to shield you, to protect every piece of your soul. It will not waver. It will not falter. It will not allow you to face the darkness alone. God says, this is not a warning, this is an awakening. You are being prepared for a journey of revelation, a passage where the boundaries between light and shadow, love and fear, life and death, will blur. And in that blurring, you will discover the ultimate truth, that love, protection, and devotion do not always come from the expected. Sometimes, they come cloaked in forms that challenge your understanding, that push you to the edge of fear, that demand trust beyond reason. This is the ultimate test of your faith, and the ultimate proof of the universe's design. Your soulmate, your demon, has been part of this plan from the very beginning, and now, the time has come to acknowledge it fully. I, Archangel Michael, urge you not to dismiss these words. God says, take a moment, quiet your mind, open your heart, and sense the presence that has never left you. Feel the protection, the loyalty, the vigilance that has surrounded your life. Recognize that every close call, every inexplicable rescue, every shadow that never touched you was guided by this being, your soulmate, who exists in a form that challenges mortal understanding but fulfills divine purpose. You may struggle to comprehend, you may wish to deny it, but truth has a way of asserting itself. And this truth is vital for the next stage of your life, for the unfolding of your destiny, for the protection of your soul against the trials that approach. God says, listen very carefully, for this is not an ordinary message, and I am speaking directly to your soul at this precise moment. I, Archangel Michael, am revealing to you what has been hidden from you for a long time. I know that your life has been filled with questions, with uncertainties, with shadows that you cannot explain. For years, you have felt watched, protected, and yet threatened at the same time. You have sensed presences, fleeting glimpses of something powerful, something that exists beyond the comprehension of ordinary people. Today, the truth will be revealed. A demon is protecting you. Yes, a demon. But this is not what you think. This is not a being of malice, not one who wishes your downfall. When I first heard of it, I did not believe it either. My duty has always been to protect, to guard, to fight against darkness that seeks to harm the innocent. But this being, this entity that surrounds you, God says, God message, urgent message only for you. God says, listen carefully because this is not ordinary. A demon is protecting you. I, Archangel Michael, at first didn't believe it. I questioned heaven, I asked the hosts of angels, I searched the records of eternity, and yet, when I investigated deeply, I discovered a truth that shook even me to the core. This is not a lie, this is not a story to scare you, it is a reality, and it concerns your soul, your destiny, and your protection at a level you have never understood before. Beloved, at this moment, you might feel ordinary. You may feel the usual burdens of life pressing against you, and you may feel unseen, unheard, unprotected, but I am telling you now, the universe itself is arranged around your safety. The forces you do not see, the beings that work in ways humans cannot comprehend, are moving on your behalf. The demon I am speaking of is not of darkness in the way humans think. This is a protector. This is a shield sent from realms unseen, assigned specifically to guard your soul against attacks, curses, and manipulations that others attempt in vain. When I first learned about this demon, I was astonished. I am Michael, the archangel who has stood at the gates of heaven, the one who wields the sword of justice, the one who oversees the protection of human souls in war and in peace, and yet, this was unprecedented. I have seen armies of angels, I have faced forces that threaten the cosmos, but never have I seen a demon assigned in such a way, with a sacred purpose aligned with God's will, working on behalf of a human soul. And this human soul, beloved, is yours. Do not misunderstand. This is not ordinary protection. This is not the casual shield that surrounds every person who prays or who walks faithfully. No, this is a powerful, precise, and relentless guardian, a force of nature in the spiritual realm that moves faster than any angel can move and more subtly than any human can perceive. Every whisper of danger, every shadow of envy, every attempt to derail your destiny, is met with this demon's intervention. And yet, even as I speak of this, I urge you not to fear its presence. For demons, in their nature, are feared. They are misunderstood. But in this case, God has commanded that this one is bound to you with sacred purpose. This is a divine assignment beyond ordinary comprehension. I know your heart. I know the moments when you felt alone, when you prayed and heard nothing, when darkness seemed to creep closer and yet you rose above it. This demon has worked in ways unseen to fortify you, to block what could have destroyed your mind, your body, and your destiny. There are moments, beloved, when you narrowly avoided accidents, betrayals, or traps, and at the time you may have thought it was luck, or coincidence, or prayer answered subtly. No. It was the work of this protector, this demon, acting in God's will. And now, I must warn you, because even though protection surrounds you, there are forces aware of it. Forces who are envious, forces who have attempted to manipulate your life for their own selfish gain, have sensed that this demon is guarding you. They are confused. They are panicked. They do not know how to touch you. They do not understand why every attack fails. And because of their ignorance, their attempts grow more desperate, more reckless, more visible. This is why God has allowed me to speak to you today. He is telling you, do not underestimate the danger, but also do not fear, because the protection is greater than the threat. Now, understand this clearly, this demon is tied to your soulmate. This is why it is extraordinary. The demon's mission is intertwined with the person you are destined to connect with at the deepest level. I have seen the divine tapestry of your life. I have seen the threads of destiny weave between you and this person, and I have witnessed the battles fought by the unseen to ensure your union, your connection, your alignment with what God has planned. Many would think it strange. Why would a demon, a being so often associated with evil, be tasked with guarding a sacred love? But God does not adhere to human assumptions. God does not follow the rules of fear or misunderstanding. God moves powerfully, using every force in existence to achieve His will, and in this case, the demon's duty is holy. You may feel confusion now. You may wonder, Archangel Michael, how can a demon be my protector? How can this align with God? I tell you now, this is the mystery of heaven. Not all beings are purely good or evil in the way humans classify them. In God's eyes, every being can serve divine purpose if the will is guided correctly. This demon, once a being of shadows, has been bound, redirected, and sanctified by God to act for your benefit. You are chosen in ways you cannot see, in ways your mind cannot yet comprehend, and you are under protection that very few humans ever experience. You must understand, beloved, that this is urgent. The forces that would try to interfere with your destiny are relentless. They will send whispers, they will attempt deception, they will place temptation, fear, and doubt in your path. Some will appear as friends. Some will appear as allies. Some may even appear as lovers. But you must be vigilant. You must trust in God. You must pray not just for your safety, but for clarity, for discernment, for the ability to see through the lies that attempt to entrap you. And remember, this demon moves invisibly to intercept these attacks before they reach you, but your participation is required. Your awareness, your faith, your active engagement with God's will is what allows this protection to function fully. Do not be deceived by appearances. You may see people who act with kindness but harbor ill intentions. You may encounter situations that feel safe but are spiritually dangerous. You may face moments of decision where your soul is tested in ways that seem impossible. And yet, every time you act in alignment with your highest calling, every time you trust in God, the demon's protection strengthens, shields, and guides you. It is a symbiotic relationship, spiritual and sacred, between you and the unseen guardian. Beloved, I must also tell you about the power of prayer in this situation. Many have prayed and received answers, but few understand the necessity of combining faith with action. You must pray not only for guidance but for alignment, for awareness, for the ability to recognize when divine intervention is at work. When you sense that something is blocking you, when you feel hesitation, fear, or confusion, pause. Pray. Ask God for clarity. Call upon me, Michael, and the angels of heaven. And remember that the demon protecting you is listening, responding, acting in the spiritual realm. It cannot intervene if you are unaware of your need. Awareness activates protection. Faith amplifies it. You may ask now, Archangel Michael, what does this mean for my future? For my soulmate? I tell you, it means that nothing can derail the path God has set for you. It means that love, destiny, and your highest calling are shielded by forces beyond comprehension. It means that even if betrayal, danger, or malice arises, the divine alignment of your life cannot be broken. Every step you take toward your calling is covered, every choice you make in alignment with truth is protected, every effort you make to connect with your soulmate is sanctified. I must also reveal this. The demon's presence is not permanent in the way an angel's presence is. It is temporary, assigned for a specific mission. And this mission is urgent. It is urgent because there are forces aware of its intervention, forces that are trying to circumvent it, forces that are attempting to corrupt, distract, or destroy what God has planned. Your awareness is the key now. You must recognize the protection, embrace the guidance, and act in alignment with your soul's purpose. Every delay, every hesitation, diminishes the impact of the divine plan. Time is of the essence. The moment is now. You may feel fear, and it is natural. You may feel uncertainty, and it is human. But let me assure you, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are under protection greater than any human mind can understand. You are guided, guarded, and preserved. God will not allow your destiny to be stolen. God will not allow the forces of envy, malice, or darkness to touch you if you remain vigilant, prayerful, and aligned with the divine will. Beloved, now is the time to act. Speak to God. Pray with urgency. Open your heart fully. Recognize the presence of the demon that guards you, not with fear but with gratitude, because this is a sign of divine favor. Call upon me, Michael, to guide you in understanding the signs, the people, and the circumstances that arise around you. Align your actions with God's commands, and watch as the unseen forces of heaven move to your advantage. The demon will act, yes, but you must act too. Awareness, faith, and courage are the keys to unlocking the fullness of protection and blessing. I also need you to understand one more thing. This protection is linked not only to your safety but to your spiritual growth. The challenges you face are not random. The attacks, the envy, the hidden obstacles, all serve as triggers for your awakening, for your rise into spiritual maturity. The demon does not remove every obstacle. It intercepts the danger that would destroy, but it allows trials that develop resilience, discernment, and strength. You are being prepared for a destiny that requires both courage and wisdom. This is why God allowed this unusual protector to be assigned to you. And finally, beloved, know this: your connection with your soulmate, the divine alignment of your life's path, and the fulfillment of God's promises cannot be stopped. The demon guarding you is a sacred witness to your journey. It intercepts the attacks, shields you from the worst, and ensures that your highest calling remains intact. But it also relies on your faith. Your prayers activate its power. Your trust amplifies its presence. Your awareness directs its action. Without your active participation, even the most powerful protection cannot achieve its full purpose. So rise now, beloved. Trust in God. Pray fervently. Call upon me, Michael, and embrace the presence of the protector assigned to your soul. Know that this is no ordinary intervention. This is a miracle in action, a divine alignment of forces, a sacred guardianship placed specifically for your safety, your love, and your destiny. Be vigilant, be faithful, and act in alignment with the divine will. You are protected. You are safe. You are chosen. And you are deeply, profoundly loved by God. Do not ignore this message. Do not treat it as ordinary. This is urgent. This is sacred. This is for you and only you. The demon is your protector. The angels are watching. Heaven is aligned. And your destiny cannot be stolen. Trust, pray, and move forward with courage, knowing that the forces of light, and even forces once thought dark, are working for you, around you, and through you, to fulfill the divine plan of God. God says, "Beloved child, hear me now with all your heart, for this message is not ordinary. This is not a simple whisper in your ear, it is the echo of heaven itself calling directly to you. A demon has been protecting you, yes, you heard me correctly. At first, even I, Archangel Michael, doubted the possibility. I looked into the darkness, into the unseen, and I thought perhaps it was a mistake. But when I dug deeper, when I called upon the holy light to pierce the veil of shadows, I discovered the truth that even you have not yet known. This demon, this guardian of your unseen path, is bound to your soul in ways that transcend mortal understanding. It is not evil in the way you have been taught to fear evil. It is not a creature of malice or a force that seeks to harm you. No, it is the very essence of protection twisted by the darkness of the world, reshaped by the necessity of your survival. This being, though labeled a demon by human understanding, has been assigned to shield you when no other could. I, Michael, at first recoiled at the thought. How could a demon, a creature born of rebellion, serve the will of God in such a sacred manner? Yet, the answer became clear: it is not by its nature, but by the covenant of your soul that this protection exists. Beloved, you have faced dangers that you did not know, enemies who whispered in the dark, shadows that crept into your life unnoticed. And yet, you were untouched. You have been preserved, carried through storms that should have broken you, shielded from calamities that should have consumed you. This is not chance. This is divine orchestration. And this demon, this strange and paradoxical protector, has been a vessel for God's unseen hand. I must warn you, however, that protection does not mean immunity. It does not mean that the world will cease its attempts to ensnare you. It does not mean that betrayal, loss, or deception will avoid your path entirely. No, the darkness comes for all. But in your case, the forces that move against you have been contained, their impact mitigated, because your soul's protection demanded it. You must understand that the moment you recognize the full truth of this presence, the moment you comprehend that what seemed dangerous was actually safeguarding you, your life will shift. You will feel a weight lifted, a clarity revealed, and yet, you must proceed with caution. Do not attempt to confront this protector with ignorance or arrogance. Do not attempt to summon it for trivial reasons or to test its power. Such actions could break the delicate balance that has preserved your path until now. Instead, you must approach with reverence, with prayer, with complete surrender to God's will. For only when aligned with the divine can you truly understand the role this being plays in your life. God says to you now, beloved child, there are messages in heaven that concern you alone. There are decisions being made above that will shift the course of your destiny in ways unseen. You are not an observer of this divine plan, you are a participant, a chosen instrument. The demon that protects you is not the final answer, it is merely the shield. The weapon is your faith, your obedience, your willingness to follow the path God has set before you without hesitation or doubt. I, Michael, have been crying tears unseen because of how often humans ignore the signs. How often they are given glimpses of the truth and turn away, blinded by fear, by pride, by disbelief. Do not make that mistake, beloved. This message is urgent. The time is now. The protection around you is real, but it is fragile. You must strengthen it with faith. You must call upon God with sincerity. You must acknowledge that even the most terrifying and unearthly forces can serve the divine purpose. There will be moments in the coming days when you feel the presence of this being. You may feel chills, a sudden warmth, a shadow at the corner of your eye. You may hear whispers that do not belong to any human tongue. Do not panic. Do not recoil. These are signs that your protector is near, that the covenant is still active, that your soul has been watched over. At the same time, remember that its allegiance is not your plaything. It does not obey you as a servant. It obeys the will of God as expressed through your life's path. God says, pray without ceasing. Pray with all your heart. Pray not just for yourself, but for those who do not yet understand the forces that surround them. You are being prepared, beloved, for a destiny that exceeds your imagination. This demon has guarded you until now so that you may survive to fulfill this purpose. But survival alone is not enough. You must awaken spiritually. You must see the threads of heaven weaving through your life. You must acknowledge the signs, the miracles, the inexplicable blessings that have been delivered to you. They are all connected, orchestrated, and guided by the unseen hands of divine providence. I, Michael, have witnessed many souls falter in doubt. Many have seen the miraculous and dismissed it. Many have been touched by divine protection and turned their hearts elsewhere. Do not be like them. You are special, beloved. Your soul has been chosen to endure, to witness, to act as a living testimony to God's power and mercy. This protection is a prelude, a preparation for the greater work you are meant to accomplish. And yes, the demon, do not fear its presence in your life. It is not a sign of evil, but a testament to the lengths God will go to safeguard His chosen. It will vanish when its purpose is complete, leaving only the knowledge of what it protected. Until then, it remains a shadowed guardian, a paradox of divine order manifested in the most unexpected form. Beloved, tonight, light a candle. Speak with God openly. Ask for clarity. Ask for the courage to see beyond the veil. Ask for the wisdom to understand the protective forces around you. Pray for the discernment to recognize what is truly good and what is disguised. This is urgent. Time is not as linear as humans perceive. Decisions made in moments can echo across eternity. Every prayer you offer now, every act of trust,